So what I'm going to do with this next one, again, I would say this is, a real funk style type groove. And we're going to be funking E again. And what I'm going to show here is how we can take the same chord shape and voicing, and in one position, it's going to be putting the track in a minor key. And then in the next position, it's going to put the track in a major key, so that you can see how you can get double duty out of these voicings depending on how they're fitting or harmonizing with the one. Check it out. Okay, so breaking it down, like we did in one of those earlier examples, one of the first thing we're looking at here is landing on the one. So the rhythms here are a little busier. I mean, I'm playing against the bass line, but the thing is coming back in on that one. So the first voicing is just the E7 with our flat 7 and the third and the fifth there on the top. And then I'm taking that pinky up again because we're looking at these tighter voicings and getting that second, that bite there. So we're going from that dominant sound to the sus sound. And then, and rhythmically, it's just bam, ba da ba, beat up, ba 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 ba. So again, locking in that rhythm, internalizing it, not just playing because you got to make sure you're always keeping the reference of where the beat is and where those 16th notes are fitting in with the with the quarter note. So slowing it down, say. So you can see, here, I mean, we're not doing anything complicated, just going from a dominant to a sus. And again, the feel that I would say is the way that I like to often, or my instinct in playing, these kind of groove parts, is I like playing them, with the eighth note feel in the right hand. But they work great. It could work equally fine, with a constant scratch. That's one way. But what I find is that with this kind of eighth note feel, that allows you to accentuate the 16th note rhythms within that groove. So again, landing on that one, the beat 2 has to have a distinct cutoff. So what we did is what happened here is, after that 8-bar phrase, and when I went up, I'm playing the exact same thing. But what we're listening for here is hearing how that's changing the tonality of the groove of the music here from major, and using the same chord shape here to changing it to minor. Because now what you're getting here on the bottom note of the voicing is that G, which is the minor third here, and then you get this, with the second note, you get in the flat 6 going to 7 with the root on top there. So rhythmically, it's the same information. Chord shape-wise, it's the same information. Just switching, by going up a fourth. 2. So it's an exercise in hearing, in developing your ear to hearing the tonality against what it is you're playing, and then you think, wow, if I'm in the key of E and it's a kind of a dominant groove, then I can remember that I can be here. Or if it's in E and it's a minor kind of a groove, then I can be up in here. So that applies. Now if you were in a different key, let's say you were in C minor. You see what I mean? So, you're moving these little voices around, and keeping in mind, how they can be used, within any note. Okay. So to kick it up a notch, the second time around, I kept that same idea, but I added a little more movement to the pattern, just to give us something else to dig into. So again, right on the one, and then I added a little tritone, and you can see that's still part of our voicing, and that's the third and the flat 7 on the E, and that's. Yeah, again, we've talked about this rhythm before, that last 16th note before the beat. So we got 2 of them back to back. So you got to feel that that it's moving towards beat 1, and where you're placing that 16th and those upstrokes with the pick, to get those notes that rhythm to pop. So I'm just going from the little tritone back to just the minor B minor triad, which is there against the E, and then taking the 9 up to the 3rd and then back down. So. And then that exact same thing, just shifting it up here. And this is a sound that may sound familiar to you, because there's a lot of a style that became very popular in by Prince, these kind of minor six voicings, higher up register that creates that kind. That you've heard that sound before, so now you can see where it's coming from. So again, the exact same rhythmic information, just in a different moved up a fourth. As opposed to so there you have it. Keeping it on the one, and experiment with those different tonalities, and hear how you can incorporate that into your own grooves.